All right, this is notes for 9-4. Squaring expressions. All right, too easy. Here we go. This guy right here means square root. Yes?
Yes.
Okay? There's nothing written there. Let me zoom in. There's nothing written there. That means that there is it's given that there's a 2 there, square root. Okay? So in order to get rid of something that is square root, I simply square it. So I'm going to take and I'm going to do this. Square it. When I square it, that's the same thing as saying square root of 5 times the square root of 5. Would we agree? Everybody agrees?
Mm-hmm.
What is square root of 5 times square root of 5? That'd be square root of what? 25. Okay? Now, what we all know, what is the square root of 25? 5. Which equals 5. So I could have jumped to it right here. If it's a square root, I can simply square it and it drops it, and whatever is underneath is my answer. So that would be just 5. Okay? Same deal over here on number 2. It's 7 square root of x. Because they are touching each other, I have to square them both. Okay, so if I take and I'm squaring them both, that means the 7 gets squared, and then what happens to the square root of x? What did we just do here? We just drop it. Okay, so what is 7 squared? 7 times 7. 49. And we said square root of x squared is just x. Done. Okay? So all we did was we had to square them both. The 7 was outside, so it's 7 squared. The square root of x was inside, so it just drops in. Okay? So the x just dropped down. Same deal here. We're going to take this guy here and do the exact same thing. We're going to square the whole deal. Okay? What is 3 squared? 9. And what is x square root of x minus 6? Squared. X minus 6, right? So I have to put it like this because multiply times it, right? So x minus 6, like that. Can I clean that up?
So you don't have to square that 6?
Yes, you can
Nope.
move the positive
Because
6
we
out.
don't have to square. We don't have to square anything under here, like literally square it and make that 36 because it's all underneath and protected. So it just, when I square a square root, it just drops this and then puts it down. Boom. Just like we did here. Just put it down. The x, just put it down. Okay? But now it's being multiplied, right? Because this was multiplied times that, so it's multiplied. God bless you. So I'm going to use the what property? Starts with a D. Distributive property. So here we go. 9 times x is
9x.
9x. 9 times negative 6 is negative 54. Good. Can't combine those two. They're not like terms. Okay. Moving on to the next one. Now it says square each of the following expressions, so I've got to square this guy. Okay? Alright, so if I square him, that is the same thing as saying x minus 4 times x minus 4. Okay, y'all remember from way back to the beginning of the year that we used FOIL. First, outside, inside, last, but then we're gonna forget about that in a second. Okay? So first would be this times this. What is x times x? X squared. Then outside, x times negative 4.
Negative 4x.
Negative 4x. Now inside, negative 4 times x.
Negative 4x.
Alright, and then last, the last one for each group, negative 4 times negative 4 is a positive 16.
Yeah.
Which two can I combine? The 2 in the middle, right? So like terms. So I got x squared. What's that come out to? Minus 8x plus 16. Can't do anything with any of the rest. That is it. That is all. That is done. Okay, but there's another way to look at those that'll work for both those kind and for if I was dealing with square roots. So like on number 5 and 6, those are exactly like number 4, okay, if I square them. But if we follow this formula, it would also work for 7 and 8. So if you go ahead and start using this formula on 5 and 6, it'll also work for 7 and 8 when you need it. So then you don't have to remember to do it like this, okay? Because if you try these this way, it won't work. All right, so here we go. So this guy here, it's telling me take your a and square it. So if I took all this and said it's squared, right? Just like it says to do, squared. Then I'm going to take the a, which is the first one. If you need to label them, this is a, this is b. Okay? So a squared, what is a squared?
X
X squared. Now it says 2 times a times b. So I'm going to go, and it's a plus, so I'm going to go ahead and put plus 2 times a, which is what? X times b, which is 7. Would you agree?
Is x not x squared?
Yeah, well, no, it's not squared.
Why?
Because our formula says don't do that. It says do it
Oh,
like this.
okay.
It says that equals this
Oh,
formula.
okay.
Okay, now the last one is b squared, so that would be 7 squared, right? That's my b. What is 7 squared?
49.
Alright, so now I'm just going to clean up the middle. Alright, so this is x squared. What is 2 times x? 2x. 2x times 7. 14x. And then 49. Nothing I can do with those. They're not like terms. That's it. That's all. That's done. Let's keep it simple and do number 6 the same way. Let's label them though. A, B, and we're going to square them. So once it's square these binomials. So following our formula, a squared, so that's 2x squared, so what would that be? So I'm taking 2x and I'm squaring it. So here, I'm going to write it over here. 2x and I'm going to square it. That's 4x squared. Okay, then I'm going to go, and it's a minus, so I have to put minus 2 times a. What is my a? And I'm going to write it here. 2 times a, which is my, what's a?
2x.
2x. Times b, which is 3. I already used the negative, so don't put the negative.
Oh.
Okay, I already used the negative. The negative, you always, if there's a negative here, you always want to put it with the 2. Otherwise, it'll mess you up when you go to try to multiply it. And now finally, b squared. So this guy squared, so it'll be 3 squared. What is 3 squared? Even if I had put negative 3 squared, it's still the same thing, right?
9, yeah.
It's going to be 9. Yes, now.
What's the one by the two?
Say it one more time. This?
Where the two? No, on the first row.
Here.
At the very end, the slash.
Am I coming in the right direction?
Yeah, keep going. Keep going. The very last one next to the two.
That?
Yeah.
I was going to write in negative 2 times your a, which is x, and then times your b, which is 3.
Oh.
Which is what I wrote
I was
here.
confused.
I
I
didn't
didn't
think-
know if I was supposed to write.
Oh, no, you're good. I didn't, you can if you want to, but basically that's getting me to this point here. Okay? Alright, so let's clean it up. I got 4x squared, yes? Negative 2 times 2x is? That'd be negative 4x, right? Times 3? Negative 12x. And then I had a plus 9. Nothing I can do with them. They're not like terms. That's it. That's how they done. Okay. All right. So now let's see. We're gonna do them with binomial or with square roots. No big deal. Same thing. We're following the same exact pattern here. So if I took this whole shabam and squared it, we're gonna follow our formula. Let me move it down. Our formula is right here. Okay. Let's label them A, B. Okay?
So the whole thing is B?
Yep. Whole thing is B. Alright, so let's start off. First thing says we want A squared. That'd be 1 squared. We agree? Okay. Now it says 2 times a positive or negative, and since it's a positive here, I'm going to put plus 2 times A, which is 1, times B, which is square root of x plus 3. And finally it says b squared. What's b? Here, I'll even put it here. So it's plus, let's put it in here, x plus 3 all squared. Because you guys did up the top, y'all know what this square does to it. Okay? So here we go. So what is 1 squared? Cleaning it up.
2.
1 squared is 1, right? Because 1 times 1.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to multiply 2 times 1 is
2.
2. And I can't, I just leave x, I can't multiply it times x, so it's square root of x plus 3. That's as far as that one will go on that part. Now what did we say square root of anything squared does to this?
Drops.
Just drops it. So plus x plus 3. Okay? Alright. Now let's clean up what we can. What can I clean up in this?
The 1 and the 3.
The 1 and the 3. Okay, so 1 and a plus 3 gives me how many? 4.
Why not the 2?
I can't because the 2 is connected to this, so it wouldn't be like terms. That'd be like, this is like saying 2x.
Okay.
Okay? And I couldn't combine 2x with a 1. Okay, so this would be plus 2 square root x plus 3. And then there's what else left over?
X.
A plus x. So those are all different kinds of terms. I can't combine any more of these. They're not like terms. So that's as far as it goes. Okay, let's do another one like that. Here we go. Let's go ahead and put our little squared on there. Let's go ahead and label them A, B. Now let's follow our formula. So we have a squared, that's 2 squared. And it's a plus, so I'm going to put plus 2 times a, which is 2, times b, which is 3 square root 3x minus 5. And then plus b squared, which is 3, and then parentheses, square root 3x minus 5, all squared. Okay. And then let's clean it up. What is 2 squared?
4.
4. Now I've got 2 times 2 is 4, times 3 is 12. And then square root 3x minus 5.
Wait,
Okay.
I'm wrong.
I did 2 times 2 is 4,
Yeah.
times 3.
But isn't that 3 connected to the...
But multiplication, you can multiply the whole numbers, the outsides.
Okay.
Yeah, you just can't add. Addition, subtraction. Like if it was 2 times 3x, I can do 2 times 3x, but I can't do 2 plus 3x.
Okay.
2 times 3x is 6x. 2 plus 3x is just 2 plus 3x. Okay, good question though. Alright, this one's squared. Remember, everything is squared, including that 3. So what's the 3 squared?
9.
9. And what was the rule with this being squared? Drop it. 3x minus 5. Okay, we gotta clean it up some more. We got 4 plus 12 square root 3x minus 5. 9 times 3x is 27x. 9 times negative 5? Negative 45. Now which ones can I combine? There's only 2 that are like terms. Which 2 of those are like terms?
4 and 45.
4 and the negative 45. What is 4 minus 45? Is negative 41, right? Plus 12 square root 3x minus 5 plus the 27x that's left over. None of those are alike. That means that's as far as it will go. That is my answer. Okay, you're going to do a 9-4. Now, ow.
I don't need the B, right?
We don't need B?
Say it one more time.
3B?
No, we're not doing 3B.
So I can start
Throw
that.
away your A, 3B. Okay, on 3, on 9-4,
I would like.
we're going to do numbers. Let's do number 1 because it's a gimme. Okay, we'll do number 4. Let's do number 7. Let's do number 12. Let's do number 14. And let's do number 18. 18. And you want another easy one?
Sure. Oh, that's good.
That'd be good.
That's even.
That's even. Alright, that's it. That concludes the notes for 9-4.